Coming up, we talk about the latest updates for Walt Disney World Resort, as well as give our honest opinions on Halloween Horror Nights Premium Scream Night.
Buckle up, everyone. We got a lot to talk about.
All that this week on the Theme Park Land podcast. Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of the Theme Park Land podcast, episode number 10. Yes, we've made it to 10 episodes of the Theme Park Land podcast. I'm your host, Matt Dobrovolsky, joined, as always, by my amazing co-host, Matt Rogers.
Woohoo! We made it, everyone. 10
Yeah.
episodes in, they say, and it is a thing.
Yeah, because, I mean, we do know that there are people out there listening, so...
Both of them.
Both of them, yes, both of them. Hi, the two of you. Well, we do have a lot to talk about this week. This is probably going to be a very long episode this week because we are going to be talking a lot about Halloween Horror Nights, the Premium Scream Night event that we went to that we both praised from last year, but this year maybe not so.
Let's talk about news first.
I know.
One step at a time.
Yeah, I know. We got to tease the people. We got to tease them.
It was an interesting night.
Yeah, we got to keep them hooked for the rest of the episodes.
But what are our news items?
But yeah, so let's dive into the news items because this past weekend was Destination D23, and even though there was no parks panel, we did get some interesting information of what is coming next to Walt Disney World in addition to the major expansions that are planned. The first things first, they did announce, not necessarily at Destination D23, but, you know, it was kind of picked up on the tailwind of it. Dinosaur's Last Day will be February 1st at Animal Kingdom.
It is time.
The countdown to extinction.
It's where I met my wife. We fell in love, and there it is. We met working there, but, you know, that's all history now. Not my wife and I. Dinosaur will be history.
Dr. Grant Seeker will finally send his last time rover in to the past.
So,
I mean, look, the ride is still going to be the same thing, and I have been hearing very good things about Indy now.
We have thoroughly discussed our speculation as to what Indiana Jones will eventually be when it comes here, and Dinosaur is redone in Indiana Jones, so I don't really think we need to touch too much on that.
Again,
I think we expressed our feelings on it.
We at least know February 1st is when it's closing, and they are still committed to saying Tropical Americas will be opening in 2027. Again, I'll reserve judgment on that because they still haven't even started foundation work on that Encanto ride. But anyway, two big news stories that did come out of the Destination D23 event. First one, kind of a little unexpected there, mainly because the internet just kept going crazy over this, thinking, oh, they should do this. But apparently Disney is caving, and they are repainting the castle to the traditional white and blue that it did look like before the 50th.
But don't worry, it's still not good enough because now everyone started complaining about the winter lights not being back yet.
Well, but what I'm hopeful for, because I was talking about this with a couple of friends, and he said, look, if we can do this new paint scheme, okay, they're going to obviously have to bring in a crane for this, right, to do all the paint job and everything. What if they've also, at the same time, figured out a solution, a more permanent solution, to have the dream lights for Christmas up there year-round? Because the big reason why the dream lights went away was because they didn't want to have the crane up there for 2 months to put them on and then 2 months to take them off every year.
There was a lot, and I mean, in the first few years I was in Florida, that's all I remember is most of the time I saw a crane next to the castle. Or the crane was stowed and blocking the path next to the castle.
Because by my understanding, people always just complained about that, especially with PhotoPass.
Yes.
Their traditional castle family photo was ruined because you had a massive crane in there. Now, I was also the firm believer of why does the crane need to be up during the day? Why can't they be doing this at night when they're obviously closed?
I don't know. I mean, the lights look pretty, but also I feel like you could do a similar effect with projection mapping. Maybe they'll
Which
go that
they
route.
are, technically, to a point.
Yeah, maybe they'll just go that route.
Yeah.
But it'll be nice seeing the castle back in its original Inception colors.
I just hope that they're picking the right paint, because that was the main problem of why they went to the rose gold for the 50th, was because those paint colors were fading because of the Florida sun. And now I know there's a lot of people out there that complain that the 50th color scheme was too pink and everything. But take a look at what it looked like when we came back from COVID in late 2020 and compare that to what it is 5 years later. That paint has faded because of how bright our Florida sun is down here. So that has in turn faded the colors. And again, that's why you want to go back to the white and blue, go for it. It does look great. That's my earliest memory of the castle, is the white and blue color scheme. But this white cannot fade over time. You got to make sure that it gets to that point where this white will stick to the same color for all time, so you don't have to keep putting a crane up there every 5 years.
We'll see. Unfortunately, you can't please everyone. And truthfully, I never thought the castle looked bad except for 2 occasions. Stitch opening, where it was TP'd.
Amen.
And the birthday cake castle.
Oh, see, you're treading on bad waters there, sir. That was my first memory of the castle.
Me too, and I was like, this doesn't look like the pictures. My parents were very confused too. I was like, oh no, it's Walt Disney World's 25th anniversary, so the castle's a birthday cake. Get it? We're so funny.
Yeah.
But
and it had the number 25 on it. I think the worst one to me was them putting up the big mirror thing in 2005 for Disneyland's 50th. Remember the thing that would just kind of change out to show like the different castles around the world? That thing I'm sorry, that thing looked horrible, and I'm so glad that that's long gone.
I don't even recall that, but
I'll have to show you a photo.
But anyways, the castle's getting its original colors back, so
but
we'll see how it looks.
I think even bigger news that really caught everyone off guard is Disney is making
a Walt animatronic for Carousel of Progress? ?
I'm Ron Burgundy. That's how you sound when you're doing that.
No, okay, so there's an animatronic Walt that's going to be integrated into the Carousel of Progress show here at Walt Disney World's Magic Kingdom. Apparently, he's going to be in the first scene,
right?
Introducing.
Judging by the concept art, it looks like when you sit down and after the cast member gives the safety spiel, the curtains would come up and you have the little Carousel of Progress, and you have the guy playing. Oh my God, why am I blanking on his name? John. When he says, "Welcome to Walt Disney's Carousel of Progress. You're in for a real treat. The Carousel of Progress is Walt's own idea from beginning to end." That, I think, is going away.
Yes.
And
probably.
that will be Walt there telling us
So
about
I think it's going to be very much in the context of the videos that we've seen of him talking about the Carousel of Progress.
Correct, because he is wearing the same the same
It's just going to be seeing it live. So that's going to be actually really really cool to see. I'm kind of excited for this. It gives a little bit of love to Carousel of Progress. Now, my issue is I would like to see more love given to Carousel of Progress more often, because I am a believer in that product. I know that's something Walt was very passionate about, and it still exists today. And it's really the only piece of Walt we have in Magic Kingdom, And so I would love for them to, especially in the last scene, put a little bit more love into it. They've been working on it a little bit over the past 10 years.
You don't want to talk about laser discs and high-def TVs?
And even honestly, get a new voice cast. Let's re-record it.
Yeah.
Let's really do something special for Carousel of Progress.
I know there's someone out there that's trying to tell you, oh no, those are the original voices. No, they're not. No, they are not.
No, they're not. And also, if you want to hear the original Carousel of Progress or the different versions, that's what the 50th and 60th anniversary soundtrack albums are for.
Right.
All the stuff comes out on those albums that Disney does on their 10 years.
One of the things that they do say in the Parks blog article about this is that there is still more work that they're giving on this. They're talking about that John and Sarah and the family are going to be refreshed and updated. So my big thing is this.
Let's go.
This will be closed for at least a year. I guarantee you.
No.
They have to add in the animatronic. They have to reprogram it. I also have a feeling that the ride itself is going to be longer. Think about this for a second. The carousel parks, doors open, you go in, you take your seats. Okay? The cast member still has to give the spiel and everything. By the time the cast member is done with the spiel, if that would be when Walt comes out, Walt has not even a minute to talk. So look back at the videos, or go ride it if anything, and time it from when, John starts saying, "Welcome to Walt Disney's Carousel of Progress," to when he says, "Let the century begin," because that's when the carousel starts moving. Okay? When that starts moving, that's it. That's all Walt can talk. I don't think that's even a minute long. And you're telling me we're going to have an animatronic up there to talk for 40 seconds and that's it? So I have a feeling, yes, what you did say is correct. We're going to get all new audio narrations. They're going to be talking more because we have to stretch out the length of the attraction. Because of that, too, they may also have to go in and replace a lot of the machinery and the equipment. Because, good Lord, this thing is 50 years old.
Look, let's go. Give it the love she deserves. Let's go.
I said,
I am so excited for this. I am so excited for this.
Yeah. And firm belief, once Big Thunder and Buzz Lightyear reopen early next year, that's when they'll take Carousel of Progress down. Again, wait for those to be done.
So excited. But that's our lightning fast news roundup.
Yes, because let's head into the big discussion of the week.
Last week, on Thursday, we did Halloween Horror Nights Orlando Premium Scream Night. Now, last year, this night received rave reviews, and we went, and it was fantastic last year. There were no lines, nobody in the park. All the food was included. We got everything done by like 11 p.m., and we could have done things again, and it was fantastic. So when Universal said they were doing this again, we were like, yes, let's go.
That was not the case this year.
This night was a dumpster fire, unless you did Stay and Scream, which wasn't going to be a thing until...
Honestly, I don't even think if you had done Stay and Scream, that would have...
The people who did Stay and Scream said they got everything done really quick because they were able to get a head start.
Well, again, so we mentioned this on a couple of episodes ago. They capped our event last year. Well, granted, they didn't cap it. They didn't sell enough. They sold less than 5,000 tickets. Okay, so there were less than 5,000 people.
What was their capacity that they were shooting for last year? What was their sellout?
I think their sellout was about 7,000, which this year when they said their sellout was 7,500, okay, that makes sense. But we found out through the grapevine, we're not going to give names or anything, we're not going to tout it, but they sold out at 7,500, but Universal was still overselling the tickets day of. So there were more than 7,500 people at this event in the end.
So we worked through a couple of math scenarios, and what we found is that I went through the math again. So when we were at the night really thinking about things, I was saying there's probably about 7,500 people in the park, but at that point I was basing my numbers off of 10,000 people, and the lines were still longer. I think there were maybe 12,000 to 15,000 people in the park.
Easily.
But before we get into the logistics of that, I really want to review these houses and just kind of walk through our night.
Because look, the premium night was a bust to us, but
these houses are good.
These houses were very good, I must say. So let's. Where are we starting? We're starting.
Where are we starting?
Right there at the entrance of the park.
Oh yeah. What's the first thing we did, Matt?
Freddy's.
Five Nights at Freddy's. And guys, this house looked gorgeous. It was posted 20 minutes, 25 minutes. We waited like 20. Expectations met. It was great. This house looks so beautiful. It lives up to the movie artistically, storyline.
To me, it was like stepping into the movie itself.
No.
Because what they did was they have the puppets and the animatronics of the Freddy Fazbear characters developed and created by the Jim Henson Studios from the Creature Shop, and they were the ones responsible for it in the movie. So it only makes sense that they went and tapped them to say, hey, come, we'll pay you to come on out to Horror Nights and do these again. Because when you enter the house and you've got the three of them right there on the stage, those are full-blown animatronics, and they were incredible.
They're not great animatronics, but they represent the movie very well.
I disagree. I think based on... You've seen the movie, right?
Yeah, we watched it together.
Oh, we did. That's right. Yeah.
Are we even friends?
I don't know. I really don't know.
Wow.
But those are the same animatronics that you see in the movie. There's nothing different with them.
The engineer in me is screaming right now.
Well, okay, fine. Let the engineering in you scream.
But anyways, this house was really good. It's not a scary house by any means, but it's kind of like Ghostbusters. It looks really good. It represents the movie really well. It's just not a scary house. Right. But it's beautiful. It's fun to go through.
I gave it a 9 out of 10.
I think that's fair.
Yeah.
I think that's fair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, if I were to go back this season, I would go and do that again. I need to. But so was everyone else, because the next night, which was opening night, good Lord, I think I saw the wait time at like 4 hours at one point.
But yeah, that was the first thing we did right out of the gate. We arrived at the event at 6. We were expecting it to open at 6:30. I think originally it was slated to start at 7:30 for this event.
No.
It was always 6:30.
Yeah, because
they opened
the same.
But they opened at 6, so we went right to this first thing after Freddy's.
We knew that the rain was coming.
Rain was coming, so we were going to camp out somewhere. They have a bunch of specialty food themed to Five Nights at Freddy's at Louis in the New York section.
So what do we have? We had the pizza.
So we went in there and there was nowhere to sit because it was starting to rain, so everyone was
taking cover.
But what we did is we went over to Richter's.
Yep.
Plenty of seating over there. We got the girls, the wives, sat in the Richter's so they could stay dry. And Thomas.
Hi,
Thomas, one of our listeners. We went back over to the Louis. We got the spaghetti and meatball pizza, and they also had an eggs Benedict sandwich.
That was incredible.
That was pretty good.
That was really good.
The pizza was honestly, it's theme park food.
Still. It also sat under a heat lamp for a little while.
But it's theme park food. Don't get me wrong. It's theme park pizza and pasta. But man, did it bring back memories of Chuck E. Cheese, and I think that's exactly what they were going for. Oh, there was also the cupcake.
Good Lord.
You know the man-eating cupcake in the movie? They have a cupcake.
I'm sorry. I took one bite of this thing, and I felt like Wilford Brimley with diabetes.
I thought it was a decent dessert.
Yeah.
But anyway, so we went back over to Richter's. We sat probably...
I think it was just under 2 hours, because that was
it was 90
minutes.
Storm. It was about 90 minutes. It was a really nasty storm out. We know we lost some time for this. But I think we were out of there by 8.
Yeah, I think it was about 8.
I think 8 or shortly after we were out of Richter's, and we moved on to...
Jason,
which I forgot existed.
I think that's what it's called, Jason Universe or something.
No, yes, it is. Hold on. I have the map. Jason Universe. Now,
Jason Universe.
I forgot this house existed because it was not memorable to me at all.
Look, it was, in terms of the scares, I remember you came out and you said, I didn't get scared. What is going on? I did love the theming and the detail in there.
The scariest part to me was waiting in the Fast and Furious queue, hoping the ride wasn't going to be open.
Yeah, exactly.
That was the scariest part.
And that's why I think with this review, you're giving the scare factor to it. I'm giving my 2 cents on the
I look
thematic
at
and the
overall
detail.
quality of the house. The house did look nice, but
It was gorgeous.
but
For what they normally do in that space, and because let's think back, Nature Suites last year, Chucky the previous year, those houses were just okay. This was really well done, I thought.
My thing is like the overall house. Jason is a scary movie. It was.
Why were you not getting scared?
Exactly. That's my problem.
Exactly.
Like Five Nights at Freddy's wasn't a scary movie. It's just one of those creepy weird movies. So I don't expect to get scared in that house, and it's okay. It represents its brand very well. But Jason, this house, I don't think it represented the scary movie part of its brand well at all.
Right. I gave it. I think I gave it a 7 or an 8 out of 10. In all honesty, I think you probably gave it a little bit lower than that. Just because of the... And again, maybe it was also because of our timing and everything. Maybe because when we went in, we didn't get that... We got like a switch out of the cast and everything. So maybe we missed a few things. Because I have talked to a couple of people who have loved the Jason house. And they said they will do that every single night. I'm like, okay,
That's what I've heard too.
But
I would love to give it another chance.
I will say this. At this point, we started noticing something was up. Because that line was moving even more slower than Five Nights at Freddy's was.
This is where we started thinking about some things in the event. And this will unfold over the next few houses.
Correct.
But we waited about 25 minutes in this line.
Right. Which, again, this was starting to concern us because...
This is at an event that is advertised specifically as having little to no wait.
And especially considering last year when
there were
the
no waits
longest wait for the house of any house was 15 minutes.
But this theme will evolve throughout the night. But after this house,
we went to... What did we do first? Galkin or...
we did Galkin first.
Yeah, Galkin.
So Galkin, Monsters of the North.
I loved this thing.
It was beautiful. It's an original house.
Yeah.
Right? Universal's original houses usually knock it out of the park.
Oh, absolutely.
And it's kind of that winter theme almost.
It was this, like, the Nordic
stuff, yeah.
And everything.
I don't remember...
You saw, like, the burning steak and everything.
Yes, okay,
that was gorgeous.
Yeah. No, and there's, like, a big burning steak statue thing in the middle of the house that you walk around, and it's...
And you see it from different angles, which I love that thematically.
It's like the center thing that you're maneuvering around in the house. It's,
And there were good moments, like,
Oh, there were great scares, too.
Great costume design, too. I gave this thing a 10 out of 10.
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah.
I think good.
This was easily my top 3 houses. Because literally all throughout the night I kept saying, if there was one house I could go back to, it would be the Galkin one. I thought it was great.
I would have loved to do all the other original houses again.
Yeah.
If
I go back, I want to go do all the originals again. But then we moved on.
Right next to that is Fallout. Now, this is one of the most anticipated houses because people go nuts for Fallout. I've never touched this franchise before.
I've never played the game. I've never seen the series. I walked out of there dazed and confused.
But it is a nice-looking house. Our friend that was with us, Thomas, I know you're listening, Thomas said that
you gave it a 10.
Yeah, it represented Fallout very well. I have heard that from other people. I have also heard that it does not represent it very well. It's more of the movie or the TV show rather than the game.
Right.
But it was a pretty house, honestly. I just don't know what was going on.
Right. Yeah, I mean, I walked out of there saying that was like a 3 out of 10.
Now, what they did, so the Fallout and Galkin are the 2 newer tents that they set up starting last year.
Just behind Men in Black, yeah.
Well, it's like behind Men in Black and behind the other 2 tents, but you walk all the way around Men in Black. You recall last year, that queue area was out in the open over pavement. It cooked. It was a miserable queue.
Well, and especially if it rained.
Yes, you're just out in the open. They put a big-ass tent over this queue.
Right.
I have not seen a tent that big before.
Right.
honestly. But I love Universal is making the effort for quality queues.
Right. Considering the rain that we had before that, there were some flood points because we were taking one giant step to avoid walking into a 2-inch puddle. But overall, if that tent wasn't there, I don't know how we would have been able to walk through that queue without getting soaked.
Gulkin and Fallout were both about a 20-minute wait. Right.
But again, we started picking up on something. Everything was moving very slow.
Yes.
And I think now's a good point where we can start bringing this up. This was where we started realizing, look, we knew that we were going to have staggered entry into the houses, better known as pulsing you into the houses. If you've been to Halloween Horror Nights, you know that it's just one consistently moving line all night long.
Conga line.
And that's how they can let so many people into this event. And that's how the wait times aren't so astronomical, but they can keep them low, keep them to a kind of almost happy medium for a lot of people. The problem that we started seeing was that while they were staggering us in, they were staggering us in one group every 15-ish seconds. Even if you were a party of one. That was what was moving this line so egregiously slowly. We were moving maybe 3 inches every minute in this line.
Yeah,
it was slow.
It was starting to get weird. This is where we started asking some questions.
But we were kind of paying attention to the flow of them entering people into the house. And I know we also heard through the grapevine that anyone that had attractions assistance pass, the disability pass basically for Universal, last year they didn't honor it, mainly because they knew...
No, they did. You could have gotten it last year. But the thing is, so someone in my group uses that, okay? My wife uses an AAP.
Because I thought...
But no, so last year, we could have gotten the AAP.
But I thought they were basically telling you don't really need it.
Exactly, but she didn't need it.
That's right. I remember we stopped in guest services.
This year.
Yeah.
So she had it last year, but she didn't use it because everything was a walk-on. There was no wait, so it didn't matter. This year, Universal was not issuing AAPs even to people who already had approved AAPs. They were not letting them use them at this event.
Because, again, they were trying to say that, these wait times will be low enough. I'm sorry. We started seeing a lot of the lines for about 45 minutes to 6. I think I saw
everything was 20 to 45
over
minutes.
An hour.
Yes, everything that we waited in was 20 to 40 minutes.
Yes.
20, 45 minutes, sometimes even longer.
Because I think the longest one we had was Terrifier. And that was 45 to 50.
But if there's no lines, why are there lines? Anyways.
Exactly.
So this is, it kind of keeps going on. But anyways.
Yeah.
The next house.
The next house, what was that, Dollhouse?
Hold on. What is it called? Dolls Let's Play Dead. Y'all, whoever came up with this house and produced it, great job. Great execution. I applaud you. Go to therapy.
You ain't wrong there. You ain't wrong.
Go to therapy. Because this house is really disturbing. It's kind of like you're in a dollhouse, essentially, and there's this weird, crazy, psychotic little girl who is outside of the dollhouse playing with you. There's dead animals. There's dolls that are alive. You're one of the dolls. The smell of plastic perfume is intense. Remember that? This house was so WTF and disturbing. I honestly, 10 out of 10, just because of how much I love this house, because of how much I hate it.
See, I'm the complete opposite. I did not care for it at all.
It weirded me out. I have never had.
It weirded me out, but I have never had. Because it weirded me out.
I have never had a house legitimately disturb me before, but this one did.
I'm sorry, it was a 3 out of 10 for me. Or was it 2? I don't remember. It was very low on my ranking. I don't need to do it again. It was very, very weird.
We got lost in this house.
Yeah, thanks, Thomas.
Starts.
Oh, no, that was Jason, right?
No, that was this house.
That was this house?
We got lost in this house.
He literally just
it was fog, it was pink, it was neon, and it was a box of a room with 3 hallways. So we went the wrong hallway. Anyways, I definitely recommend this house. Again, whoever did it, great execution. Go to therapy. Because there is some trauma that happened in this person's life that they have unleashed at Horror Nights.
It was very, very disturbing. Very disturbing. Again,
but for that
might
one,
be right up someone's alley.
Yeah, but for that house, we also waited about 40 minutes, I think. 30 to 40 minutes.
Yeah. Because again, the line was moving slow because they're only pulsing you one group every 15 seconds. Even if you were a party of 1, it was like, oh, 1, go ahead. 15 seconds later.
And here's the other interesting thing.
Party of 2.
The pulsing doesn't really matter because you end up in a conga line anyways most of the time.
Correct. So that's why, and we'll talk more about that.
This will evolve. What's the next house we did?
That was the Hatchets.
Hatchet and Chains. Yeah. Demon Bounty Hunters. This is one of the other original houses.
And this was very good.
It was so good. It had a lot going on. And this is in the little tents that they've had back there forever.
Right.
And this house felt big for being in a tent like that. Honestly. It felt big.
Yes, you are, yeah. Why was I thinking that it was the other house? Yeah.
It's really good.
I thought, again, detail-wise, it was great. Costume design was incredible. We got some great scares in there.
I love the description.
I think I gave it like 8 or 9 out of 10.
I love the description of this house. In this old west town, all hell is breaking loose. Red-hot lava demons are trying to possess everyone, melting everything in their path. Your only hope? Hatchet and Chains with their mystical weapons. It just sounds awesome.
And considering that last year this was the museum one that just, to me, that one fell apart, in my opinion. And again, maybe it was because I had a week walkthrough of it, but that museum one was just kind of weird. So I was glad to see something else better in this day.
Hold on, I just want to read the description for the dolls. Let's Play Dead House real quick.
Oh, God.
Because I haven't, and You're about to become a doll-sized and witness the unnatural creations of a twisted little girl. You'll be hunted by burnt fashion dolls, toys she's melted together, and undead horrors in her dollhouse. It just sounds disturbing. Anyways.
It was disturbing.
Anyways, back to Hatchet and Chains Demon Bounty Hunters. I loved this house. It's one of the other... Universal knocks it out of the park with their originals most of the time.
I remember they also messed up on the wait time for us, too. They told us 5 minutes.
Yes, this is the one... No, it was...
Or it was 5 or 10.
It was 15 minutes.
Yeah.
And it ended up being about 45.
Oh, my God.
And this line crawled, too.
Oh, my God. This was where it was truly hitting us. Where it was just like, cool, this is what we're going to be doing all night long in these kids.
So, for this night, we had a list of things we were going to do. We wanted to see...
Well, we wanted to hit all 10 houses, and we wanted to try a lot of food.
Well, we wanted to try and do some of the houses multiple times, but we wanted to have the option. We wanted to check out all the scare zones, right? So, at this point, it's like going on 10 o'clock now. We're at the halfway point for these houses, and the event started at 6.
Now,
we were starting to get a little concerned.
A 90-minute break.
Yes.
Because of the rain and everything.
But
so did everyone else.
Still, if there's not supposed to be any lines at this event, you should be able to hit things back to back and get it done within like 2-3 hours, right? Like,
true, yeah.
I don't know. But moving our way around the park, we stopped to get Walking Taco because that was on our list,
right,
of food to try because all the food's included in this event, right?
Right.
We got the Walking Tacos, and I gotta say, where are the toppings?
Now, you tried both, right?
I tried the vegan one. But still,
you
in the
have
past,
the Barrow one?
no. But the walking tacos have been loaded, and they've had toppings, and like this
Used to have queso in it too.
was just chips and the vegan chorizo, and I think there was a little bit of cheese and lettuce in it. That's it.
Yeah.
Maybe a
I
little salsa.
did love the vegan more than the Barrow one.
Mine was just dry.
Mine was flavorful
It just
because
wasn't
of the
that
salsa
good.
that I had in the vegan.
If I had to pay the $10 or whatever for that, oh man.
I think it was 15.
Excuse me, but ugh.
That's a soundbite right there. Oh gosh, 10 episodes in and you finally hit a target right there. Matthew.
It's Horror Nights. It's already PG-13.
Yeah, still, I don't need an explicit rating on the podcast, so. That's why I wrote it down. That's why, and I'm not editing this part out. So,
Okay.
Everyone needs to know that you dropped a little, and I thought I was going to be the first.
Oh,
I thought I was going to be the first with my jersey coming out.
Anyways, so, but after our walking tacos and also the non-alcoholic mocktails, like the non-alcoholic beverages,
Right, those were
included
as
in the
well.
event. But my wife went up to the bar next to the walking tacos to try and order one, and the bartenders were telling her it wasn't included.
The mocktails?
Yeah.
That?
So she just said, never mind.
Yeah.
But they were going to make her pay for it. It's like, no, it's included in the event.
Right. Because remember, they were making those at Louis as well, and you weren't having to pay for whatever the mocktail
Right, so
was.
team members weren't on the same page for this event, which is really important when you have a private event, but whatever.
Considering that this is also the second time that you've done this event.
The night started getting weirder.
Right.
But
after this, we did take a quick pit stop over in the Central Park area, and we got to see the Lagoon show.
I didn't see that. I took a trip to the restroom.
Yeah.
It was a very loud show.
Yes, it was a very loud show because I came out of there and my ears were ringing. But I was very impressed with this. If you could look up the actual title for me, I just keep calling it Ghoulish. Cause,
well, it's not the Horny Fire Show.
Yeah, it's not the Horny Fire Show because that's...
Haunt-a-phonic. A ghoulish journey was the description on this one. A ghost story is rising from its watery grave to haunt the Universal Studios Lagoon, featuring towering water screens and eerie music.
My good friend Jason McNagas, he is part of the team that developed this show with Universal Creative. Jason, you and your team did a fantastic job. This was gorgeous.
Honestly, it looked from the distance I saw World of Color vibes.
I mean, it basically is. It's a minier version of World of Color.
Go for it.
It's
honestly,
obviously a smaller space. But honestly, if you're going to Halloween Horror Nights this season, and you're maybe trying to wait around for like some houses to start decreasing in wait time, and you still want to get that entertainment wow factor, go see this Lagoon show, people. Because this was incredible. And, I mean, granted, we went there during the premium night and everyone else was busy with houses, but we walked right at showtime and got a spot right up against the railing. And we had a great view. Again, ears were bleeding afterwards because of how loud it was. Jason, if you're listening, maybe turn down those speakers a little bit. But I'd go back and see that again. It was amazing.
Good. I love it when there's a good Lagoon show.
After this, we went through
the Cat Lady of Crooked Lane. Guys, I love cats.
Again, a little bit of a disturbing house. I appreciated it because now...
Hold on, here's the description of this one. Travel a winding path to a mysterious home where trick-or-treaters are transformed into feral felines. Be careful or you'll be next. It was so cool.
So, mind you all that this was technically the second night of Horror Nights for this season. The first night would have been the team member preview 2 nights before us. So you started seeing some of the TikToks and everything going through of these scare zones and everything, because obviously they can't film inside the houses, but you could see some of the scare zones. Guys, this was literally made for TikTok because everyone is taking videos of this scare zone, and adding in the Jellicle Ball from Cats in there.
It's
and
the TikTok scare zone of the year.
It flows perfectly with this layout and how these cats like jump out and scare you. Great job, Universal. Great job.
What do we do after this? We went over.
Then we headed over to the Toxic 20s.
Yes, what is this called? I'm trying to find it. Why can't I see what this is called? Mutations. Toxic 20s.
Yes.
In a 1920s neighborhood, a BuzzCon truck with radioactive cargo crashes into a mobster getaway car, sending the city into toxic pandemonium.
Again, this is the New York area scare zone.
It's always a little chaotic.
It's always a little chaotic, but this is always usually the scare zone of the year because of how much detail they can put into it.
Also just how much space they have.
Exactly, and how many scare actors they can have, because this is always the one that has the most scare actors.
Oh, we forgot. Chainsaws are back this year.
Oh, yes.
Over at The Simpsons.
Yeah, chainsaws are...
Yeah. It's just a bunch of psychotic clowns with chainsaws. What more could you ask for at a Halloween event?
I can deal without the chainsaws. I don't really care for the chainsaws. But
anyways, back to the 20s. The New York scare zone. Yeah. I thought it was very well
done. Did a good job.
New York is usually a hit with the scare zone. It's usually that and Central Park are the really good ones.
Right.
Because of their environments.
But also, too, this is where you can go to the tribute store.
Which this year is located in the Mummy gift shop and the arcade next door, because they're not able to use the space they normally do because of rocket construction, and the space they normally use is also the extended queue for Revenge of the Mummy.
Right. And I think that was mainly because in previous years when they've been having Mummy up during the night, they need to have that queue ready for Revenge of the Mummy.
I think it's just rocket construction, because Mummy never really gets much of a wait.
Actually, yeah, that makes sense, because when you would
the exit
the house,
of it goes...
It's construction wall right there.
I'm sorry, rocket destruction, because that thing is falling fast.
Good. But in this tribute store, I was extremely underwhelmed. None of this merchandise was good quality. The prices were ridiculous. We wanted to try and buy one of our friends that was supposed to come down with us for this weekend, something Five Nights at Freddy's related. And I said, oh, okay, this headband that has like the characters on it, that's cute. It was $40.
Did you buy it?
No, absolutely not. Kate, I love you, but I'm not buying that for you. Like, it was cheap material. It's not good.
I think it's very evident they're suffering from space this year.
They also had promised us that, I cannot remember the name of it off the top of my head, but the creepy teddy bear that has been making appearances at Universal Japan's Horror Nights was going to be making appearances in Orlando and Hollywood. Now, I think last night there was an HHN in Hollywood. I want to say maybe the team member night out there. And they had the teddy bear walking around. Has not been seen yet here in Orlando. I knew he was going to be a walk-around character, but they were also supposed to sell merchandise. And as a admirer of Japanese kawaii merchandise, this stuff that they were going to have would have been great. Where is it, Universal? Why did you promise it and you're not delivering on it?
Maybe there was some logistical issue. I don't know. I wouldn't.
But maybe they need to make an announcement saying, hey, unfortunately, he's not going to be making an appearance this year, but we hope to have him next year.
Maybe
like
it'll be here later. I don't know.
Because that merchandise was abysmal. Abysmal. I highly recommend anyone that's going to Horror Nights, if you are listening to this and you have a frequent fear, do not buy any merchandise right now. Wait until the end of October, the end of the season, because every single thing, I guarantee you, is going to be marked down. That is when you buy this stuff, because nobody nobody was walking out of that store really buying things. Other than the t-shirt that has the houses on it, like everyone does every year. But everything else in there, it wasn't good.
Let's see how it is next year. We'll see how it is next year.
Maybe because next year they'll be able to go back to the previous one.
But continuing around, our next house was the Grave of Flesh.
Yes, Grave of This was a great one because there was no line, so we walked right in. For the most part.
Yeah. There wasn't.
I think we had to stop just for a moment
1
before
minute.
we walked in. But walked right in, so that kind of lifted our spirits a little bit.
So the description for this, I absolutely love these descriptions they're doing. Welcome to your funeral, where things are about to go from bad to worse. You'll enter your grave and then the underworld, where flesh eaters who feed on the dead will hunt you for all eternity. Guys, if you ever did the Poltergeist house in 2018, that was really, really good. And just like from the moment you walk in, it just completely immerses you. And I won't spoil what you see, but look up when you go in.
Yes.
It's really
always
cool.
Look up.
It's really cool. There's a lot of boo holes, there's a lot of boos, a lot of spooks.
Wasn't this where we had the little dangling things that you kind of cross paths with? And I cannot remember what they call these. It's the little strings that hang down from the ceiling because when you're supposed to walk past, it's supposed to brush up against you and making you feel like you're, something's right there on your side.
It's so well done.
Again, another original house that they did a great job on. This, to me, it was a 10 out of 10. They did a fantastic job. I'm glad I didn't have to wait that long. But I would have honestly waited maybe 30 minutes for this house. It was very well done. The other thing that we should also mention was that because of the Rip Ride Rocket construction going on, the majority of the soundstage houses, if I'm not mistaken, all of them, were all undercover in a soundstage. So, air conditioning.
Yeah, and what they've done this year is, because of rocket destruction, they've extended the park area in a loop behind the sound stages.
Correct.
So you can just freely walk around the sound stages, kind of. There's a path set up back there, so you can go house between house. You don't have to necessarily...
And again, this will be a great area if you are trying to get out of rain or something like that. And I think there's probably plenty of spots around there that you could just kind of take a breather if you needed to as well. I think it would be nice if they had some benches or something like that.
Fun fact, do you know why that roof in between the sound stages exists?
Wait, which one?
So you know how when you're in between all the sound stages it's covered? Yes. Do you know why that's there?
Why?
That's where all the air conditioning systems are for the sound stages. All the air handler units are on top of the canopy, so that way they're not in the sound stages causing vibration and noise.
Universal for thinking about.
But it also doubles. Cool. It also doubles as shelter. That's what I learned. It's pretty cool.
So after this house,
we did WWE.
Oh my god!
WWE presents the horrors of Wyatt 6. I don't know who that is, but
100%.
Dare to take on.
A dud.
What is it? Dare to take on fiendish Wyatt 6. Enter the eerie arena and go through a doorway into their maniacal minds. This was stupid. When was I supposed to be scared in this house?
I don't know a thing about these characters. I don't follow the WWE. But there was nothing that impressed me with this house.
I did not get scared once. Nothing
we did not get
very
scared.
Good.
There is nothing amazing with this house design-wise or architecturally or anything like that. This was, to me, the dud house of the year. I gave it a 0 out of 10.
Yep.
There was nothing appealing about this. Now, there are a lot of people that follow WWE out there. I hear you guys. You're loving it, apparently. Cool. I don't follow that. But, when I have a house that I don't follow, that I don't really know anything about. Like, for example, Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
You can still enjoy it.
I've never seen Texas Chainsaw Massacre, but I understand the story a little bit.
But you can still enjoy the house, not
Correct.
seeing a single Texas Chainsaw Massacre movie.
This,
Because it's in the title. Because it's in the
WWE.
title. Texas Chainsaw Massacre. It's in the title.
Right.
Right?
Right.
Like,
I just, but we didn't get that with WWE.
who's Wyatt?
Who's why? Make this make sense to me. That
All I know is
doesn't understand
WWE
the
is
story.
stupid. Anyways, that's my opinion. If you love WWE, I don't think you're stupid. I just think WWE is stupid.
It's all staged. It's all staged.
John Cena.
Look, again, there are people out there that love it. I am not hating on you guys. I am just saying this is such a niche house that unless you understand WWE, you're not going to love this house.
Also, the wait time for this house was like 30 minutes.
Exactly.
So
again, slow.
After this, we went around to El Artista, a Spanish haunting.
Because this was it. This is our last house, right?
No, actually, no. Before we did this, we went to the Terrifier.
Yes, yeah.
So we went back around to the Terrifier.
Now,
I've never seen a Terrifier movie.
Same.
I've seen bits and pieces of these clips,
but
and it looks
this
fun.
is a prime example of what we were just talking about, where we hated WWE, but Terrifier we appreciated, and we haven't ever seen.
It's the Terrifier.
I don't know anything about Art the Clown.
It's the Terrifier. It's all over TikTok. It's a clown. It's scary. What else do you need to know?
Exactly.
So let's make a house. Let's go. And I enjoyed the house. It is exactly. It's kind of like Killer Clowns from Outer Space. It's.
Oh God, I miss that house.
But it's like scary clown in a haunted house. It only goes a certain way, right? And it's everything.
Well, it
you
actually
expect.
goes two ways.
No, but it's everything you expect. It's everything you expect from a clown house, a scary clown house, and from whatever you expect in the Terrifier.
I gave this a 6 out of 10, mainly for one reason. I'm guessing it is because it's from a scene in the movie where you go in and there is, we'll keep this PG, poop all over the walls. And they decided that seeing the poop is not good enough.
They want you to smell it too.
Guys, I gagged. I literally gagged.
Okay, as somebody who's actually scooped poo, it's not that bad.
I mean, I cleaned up after my dog's poop all the time.
No, like, I've scooped human poo.
Oh God, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
It wasn't that bad.
But still, like...
It's horror nights. It's PG-13.
It was disgusting. It was
the
disgusting.
point. Was it memorable?
No.
You're talking about it right now.
I'm talking about it because I'm talking about how disgusting it was.
Yeah, because you remember it. It's memorable.
But also, too, at the end, they give you 2 paths to go as you end.
Wet and dry. Now, on the first night for the team member preview, people were getting soaked.
By my understanding, they were getting soaked on our night, too. I don't know if they've toned it back now.
I don't know.
Since then.
We did the dry path. I don't know what the wet path entails. Probably some water of some sort.
Right. The wet path, by my understanding, because I saw the TikToks of people going through there, they were basically dumping a lot of water all over you because they're simulating that it's blood. Okay, cool. Got it. Why do I need to get soaked? Why do I need to get soaked?
It's Florida. It's hot.
Well, and it was also, I think, Universal trying to sell ponchos. So.
But we waited about 45 minutes for this one.
Oh, my God.
Right now, it is about 1 a.m. And we still have not finished all the houses at a premium event that guarantees...
we barely tried any of the food.
No, but that guarantees no lines. We also haven't... We tried the Five Nights at Freddy's food and the Walking Taco, but that wasn't near anything that was on our list because we had a comprehensive list of food we want to try.
We did also try that mozzarella
We also
stick.
haven't checked out all the scare zones yet either.
Right. I never got to see the masquerade thing that Megan went to see.
No.
Yeah.
But anyways, so after this house, we had one more house that was
Well, really quick though,
Yeah.
because it was right there at El Artista, and we were talking about this, was the kiosk that had the mozzarella stick. Okay? That long mozzarella stick that every single point I saw this kiosk throughout the night, it had a line of like 50, 60 people.
So,
deep.
take it from the person who's worked in food service for
And again,
5 years.
I'm not talking about the fact that they can't.
So
keep
this
up with
is
demand.
the problem.
This was the issue of you let too many people into this event.
It's that, and it's also for an event like this, if you're going to let more than 5,000 people in, you need to have, and you're going to do included food, all you can eat. These little food stands cannot handle the volume of production that they need for all you can eat. Their demand is typically controlled through pricing. That's why the mozzarella stick is $15.
Is it 15? I thought it was a little over 10.
Either way.
But it's also one little long mozzarella stick for $10.
But the reason it has that price on it is to control demand, right? During a normal night, it's not even going to be a 10, 15 minute wait. But that little food stand can't keep up with the demand of everyone wanting one. So what they need to do for this event is say, hey, Richter's isn't that busy and they have fryers. You can get your mozzarella stick over there. We're not going to operate the stand tonight. They need to come out with an event-specific menu for this if they're going to have more people in the park. This was a lot of issues with the food stands. There was a lot of miscommunication. Again, bartenders not understanding mocktails are included.
Because I do remember we had this issue last year when we went to essentially the same kiosk, I believe, too, to get the fish and chips.
The fish and chips
last
can't
year,
keep up with the demand.
Right. They can't keep making enough to just keep up with the thousands that are trying to grab it.
So it's a lot of logistical issues in this.
It's stuff that Universal needs to think about.
So here we are after 1 a.m. The event ends at 2 a.m.
And we're finally hitting our final house.
Which is nothing like last year at all. Because we were done by 11. 10:30 or 11 last year.
I think we were done slightly before midnight, if I remember.
I think it was earlier.
And I think it was because we took those breaks. Like, we took that long break.
Yeah, but we were able to do the food. We were able to look at the scare zones.
Right. Because we did spend a lot more time in those areas. Whereas this year, we were just kind of running to make sure we got all 10
But we have our final house, El Artista, a Spanish haunting. In 19th century Spain, a tortured artist moves to an isolated country manor to seek inspiration. Instead, the art comes alive and possesses him. You're about to be part of the permanent exhibition. This house, y'all, was gorgeous.
10 out of 10.
Like, the production value on a set work was amazing. The acting was good. It was such a good house. And it was really something nice to finish our night on.
Yeah. I mark my words, they will probably have this be the house of the year.
Oh, yeah.
If you don't know, Universal internally makes a scare zone of the year and a house of the year to basically reward the creative teams that design these houses and design these zones. Last year, usually the scare zone of the year always goes to the one that's on New York Street. It was the Ren Fair one last year. That was the house in New York. The Ren Fair one, scare zone of the year, if I remember correctly. House of the year, I cannot remember exactly what house that went to last year. Maybe A Quiet Place? Can you remember at all?
I don't pay attention enough.
Yeah. But easily...
I don't even know what happened last night, so...
Thanks to television, I don't remember what I had for breakfast this morning. No, I think this house, El Artista, will be House of the Year. The design, the thematic details, the scares that you do get to, it was flawless. It was flawless. And I'm glad we ended the night on a good note like that.
Yes.
But the good note was soured because of the operational, logistical nightmare.
I would like to take a moment and just kind of run through the numbers of why do we think there's more people in the park than what they said. So, last year we knew there were about 5,000 people in the park. Okay? Or less. But so we had that to go off of. But there's a couple ways you can work these numbers. So from what I remember in my time working in ops at Universal during Horror Nights, it's 2,000 people every 30 minutes is their target through a house. Okay?
You worked in one of the houses?
At Horror Nights, yeah. 2016.
I know that.
And so it's, I believe, 2,000 people every 30 minutes. Okay?
4,000 an hour?
Yep.
Wow.
Conga line pushing through.
I thought it was just a little over 3. Okay.
They typically won't get 4. They'll get like 3,000 something. But,
well, yeah, because especially if you have to have
but
the
they're shooting for 2,000 an hour, or 2,000 every half hour. So say your house can do, let's just say 3,000 an hour, right? You put 10,000 people in the park, divide that by 10 houses, right? You have 1,000 people in line. In a 1 hour snapshot, all of your houses should be 15 to 20 minute wait max. Now, I haven't even considered people not in line, walking around, getting food, seeing a show, going to the restroom. I have not even considered that. I just assumed all 10,000 people are in a queue, right? So your queue would be about 15 to 20 minutes within 1 hour, right? So here's the other thing. How many people are in the park then to make the queues consistently 30, 40 minutes?
But remember,
twice as many. So I started with 10,000. In theory, it would be 20,000. I don't think there was that many people in the park, but I definitely think there were over 10,000 people in the park.
You're talking about this in the perspective of 3,000 people-ish an hour. That is if it was a conga line going through.
Right.
But we're not. It's a pulsing and staggering you one group at a time.
Easily. So say it's half capacity then. Say it's half
capacity. It was lower than half.
No, but say it's half capacity then, right?
Right.
Your lines are then 40 minutes. That's still based off of 10,000 people in the park for an event that was supposed to be capped at 7,500.
Because the problem that I'm saying is that we were a group of 5, right?
Yeah.
Okay. They let 5 of us through as that one group into the house. The person behind us could have been a party of 1. And then that just throws off your numbers and everything. This is why the way Hollywood does the pulsing and staggering you into the houses.
They just do it like by people.
Right. They take maybe 6 or 7 parties, send you in, wait maybe 15 to 20 seconds, and then send another 6 or 7 parties through. That's how you pulse people through the houses. You can't avoid the conga line when you get into these houses. They're going to be inevitable. You can still pulse people into the houses, but you don't need to pulse people one party at a time. That's why the lines got so long. If we were just conga lining it through these houses, 15 to 20 minutes all night long.
My wife and I are thinking about doing another night.
I mean, we're contemplating about it too, potentially. It's just
because it didn't feel like a premium event, because there's people who paid $400 for this event.
Right. Thomas was one. He paid $415,
and it's just,
but we paid $375.
No, but for that price, for an exclusive event, you should be able to do the houses multiple times and get to experience everything.
Right. Do you feel that it's going to be well worth your money to now drop, another $300 for the two of you to go another night? That's not considering.
Do I want to see it or not?
Express?
Do I want to see it or not? Because all I want to do is the original houses again.
I don't know.
But I mean, there's people that pay $400 for this thing, and
I heard of some people getting partial refunds.
I heard of that too, but it's like. It's almost, and this is how I feel. If I took it personally, this is how I would feel.
Right.
Who looked at the event last year at Universal and said, what can we do to screw this up?
That is exactly what they did.
Because it was messed up.
Whoever was in charge of this event last year was probably praised for the fact that you got people to go to this event, right? Now, all these people want to go to the event because they saw how amazing it was. But instead of saying, you know what, we got to stop selling tickets, because
they just kept selling. They just kept selling.
Because, like I said earlier, they stopped at 7,500. But again, we heard it through the grapevine that they were selling tickets that night. Yeah. How dare you, Universal? How dare you? Because that was, in all layman's terms, a cash grab.
It was.
A cash grab. Because if you notice, too, there were a lot of tourists there.
Well, I will also leave off, and the last thing I'll say about this is, if you're going to have lines at an event where you say you're not going to have lines, and people have valid AAPs, Attractions Assistance Passes,
let them use it.
Let them use it.
Let them use it. What? I get it, okay? You wanted to have it just be the one line in the evening. Cool. It didn't work.
Like, I don't know
if I was the ops duty manager or whatever they call it over there, I would have said after an hour, guys, if you've got AAPs, let them take it.
Like, I can't help if, like, between my last experience at Epic Universe and this, I can't help but wonder if someone at Universal is just like, oh, we don't want guests with disabilities in the park. Or guests with special needs in the park. We don't want them here. No, but that's how I take it.
Yeah.
That's how my family takes it. Okay? And it's so disheartening because there's moments where it's like, oh, this is really cool. They could do that. And then it's like this premium event. The whole selling point of this premium event, it's good for people with sensory issues if you're going to have that low wait time.
Right. I mean, that's literally the first thing that you see when you purchase this.
But then,
lower wait times
so it's
for
like,
the houses.
Okay, we'll spend the money for more exclusive events so we can have less crowds and whatever. Now, and then it's just a mess.
I will say this. Comparing the wait times for the houses the following night, yes, we waited a lot less. But at what point...
I could have gotten a ticket and express for less.
Correct.
Than what I paid on premium night.
Why didn't I just go tonight for that night?
And I probably wouldn't have had time to eat on a regular night, so it doesn't matter. I wouldn't have had to pay for food. Like,
I mean, that might be what we do next year, and that would also save us money.
Yeah. So
because 2 people for this event, if you had purchased it when it was $375, obviously a little over $800 with tax. 2 people for a regular night with Express, it ain't $800. I'll tell you that much.
But on a regular night, going past this, wrapping up maybe, because I'm hungry and I want to go to Texas Roadhouse. On a regular night, horror nights, go. This is a really good event. Still, this is the premier Halloween event. This and Hollywood are the premier Halloween events in the industry, in the country.
When it comes to the premium event, though, err on the side of caution.
Be very careful. We probably won't do it next year.
I don't know.
Unless think... Universal comes out and says, look, we messed this. Unless they do a Cracker Barrel. If they do a Cracker Barrel and come out and say, we messed up and we'll fix this, it's okay.
If I were to see them come out and say, low wait times for houses, but they remove the staggered entry into the houses, I might do it. But if I see the same selling points, now unless I can dig deep and find out how many they're truly selling, and if I see them selling under 7,500, maybe again, because who's to say that they're going to try and cap the ticket limit at 5,000, and then they're going to just turn around and sell another 5,000 on the actual event night, like they did with this one.
I have to play it by ear, but
yeah.
It's a good event. Go out, check it out. On a regular night, definitely make your way out if you're a frequent Fear pass holder.
God bless you, because I can't do that anymore.
No, I mean, go your multiple nights. We gave you a ranking of the houses. All the original houses are really fantastic.
And Five Nights at Freddy's.
And Five Nights at Freddy's looks really good. Yeah. Universal's production value in these things is just incredible.
Yeah. Agreed. So that'll about do it for this episode again of Theme Park Land Podcast. Thank you all again, as always, for tuning in. Will we be back again next week? I don't know.
I'm not sure. That's up to you. I also want to give a quick shout out. Retro Walt Disney World. They still got that event at the end of the month that we talked about last time.
If you haven't listened to that episode, please go back and listen to that, our discussion with the team over there. That's going to be happening the last weekend of September. I think it's the 28th 28th and 29th, if I'm getting my dates right. I know Matt's got the phone in front of him, so he'll
right now. We got 22 days, 18 hours, 20 minutes. Oh my goodness. Yes, September 26th to the 28th. It's at Coronado. Okay. You can go to retromagic.net to find out more. To my understanding, there might still be seats available. But
I think so. I mean, yeah, they should still be selling those tickets.
But we're going to try and get out there. Tony Baxter's going to be there. Kim Murphy, Tim Delaney, a bunch of other Imagineers.
Tom K. Morris. Love him.
So, check that out.
Yeah. Potentially we'll be back next week. We don't know. Apologies for not being with you guys last week, but that was because we
made it to 10 episodes.
Getting through the Horror Night stuff and everything. But, we're trying to get on a consistent schedule with the podcast. Hopefully we'll be doing this weekly. If we can't, we do apologize, but, unfortunately we do have lives. So, anyway, thanks for tuning in again, guys. We'll see you again next time with another episode of the Theme Park Land podcast.
So long, everyone.